Hello everyone, welcome to Hybrid Budgets. This is my April budget. So yeah, let's get into it. So this is the overview for April. So I got paid on the Monday, also had annual leave, which is quite nice. I'm filming this on Wednesday late afternoon, which is lovely, the fact it's still light. And yeah, this is the general plan for this month. Not too many things on, I've just sort of noted. So I say you'll laugh, I laughed, it's ridiculous. I used to drive into work every day, and we live sort of South Birmingham, and my work's in Birmingham, so I would pay for parking, pay for fuel, it would get expense, but I would do the drive in. Then I got a parking ticket, no, not a parking ticket, a speeding ticket, because they put new like cameras just by our village. So completely like justified, like I was speeding, but now I'm like, I've got a fear because I've got quite a few speeding tickets. So now I'm like, oh my God, like I'm not, genuinely, I'm not too close and to the, you know, getting banned, but I thought I was, because I was like, there was every chance I've sped through that more than once if they've just put the cameras in, because I do that commute daily. So I was just like, oh my God, like I'm going to be banned. So my partner's like, well, let's just try trains and see how it goes, because he works like very close to the train station, so he can drop me to the train station, then I can go in, and then he picks me up. And anyway, we started to do it and we really enjoy it. He quite likes it because he gets up early and he gets to his work earlier. And then I quite like it because I'm then not having to think about sort of driving, and also driving city centre. Like, the thing is, like, the morning drive is fine, like, because I get in quite early, it's not an issue, but the evening drive is like, it can take up to like an hour, whereas the train's like 40 minutes, so, and also then you can sort of switch your head off. Anyway, long story short, this is why I've got train detailed down and where I've got working from home detailed down. So the train cost me £9.90 return, so at least I know like I'll be spending out £10 on each of these days. Working from home obviously doesn't cost me anything. I'm doing a zoo day with the gals, but I have funded that through Tesco vouchers, so that's essentially free, but I will need a fuel top up. In fact, that reminds me, I have lost my pen. That doesn't help because that's just a lid. I went to my grandparents here and I did a fuel top up, because she lives in Bath, so by the time I got down there I needed to top up, and I bought some snacks for me and my niece as well, so that got paid out. And then yes, I've done train, working from home. This weekend I've not got anything much planned. I think we're going to look at wedding stuff. We went to B&Q last month, so I've got painting, so I need to paint our lounge ceiling. So with all the will in the world, that's going to take one of the days. So that's the only plan really. So that's going to be reasonably cheap now that I've actually done that, like bought the painting. Like I said, next week I'm meeting up with the gals, so a little bit of eating out might be spent there, you know, getting a lunch or whatnot. I'm in work all next week, so again I need to look at what I want to do for lunches. Easter bank holiday, I don't think I'm going to take any more holiday than that. My partner's off for the full 2 weeks, but yeah, we've got nothing planned, and I think we want to just save our holidays really for the wedding. And then I've just made a note to myself that our wedding invoice is due end of April, so we're going to have a big hit coming out of there. And then we've got payday. So yeah, nothing much, like in terms of weekends, I've not really got much on. This is obviously going to be quite a family filled one, so I've already bought my mum and dad their Easter egg. I just need to buy some for the kids, so I'll probably just take that out of general birthday gifts, because I mean they'll only have the small ones, which are like £1. And to be honest, I've got some plastic Easter eggs that like go together. I don't know what this is trying to show, but what I usually do with them is like fill them with something else other than like chocolate, just because I just am quite conscious they'll get a lot of chocolate. So it'll be things like Auntie Laura will take you for like a day out or something, or you can come around for a sleepover, or you know, like it'll be, you know, tokens for something, just to give it, mix it up a bit. But then we hide those all around my mum and dad's garden. So yeah, they quite enjoy doing those, so I'll probably do something along the lines of that. Brill. In terms of accounts, this is how we're looking. IC subs I took out last month, so I need to build that up. I'm not getting in the expenses for this month. I think they get paid in next month. I've adjusted some of the interest rates because I got the new nationwide account as well. So that's at 6.5%. So I can do £200 a month into that account. So what I'm going to do is do 150, withdraw it from the emergency fund I've got in Monzo, and then pay the extra 50 in my fixed expenses, which I did last time anyway. So that direct debit's like set up, so it's set up for 200, but like £150 of that is funded from the emergency fund, just so I'm like making the most of the 6.5% interest. Holiday got a hitting last month, so I need to build that one back up. Christmas is doing well, Odds and Evens is doing well, Random at Cowboy is doing well, Virgin Atlantic is nearly there, although we need to decide whether we're going to continue paying that membership, because if we're not, that's an extra 127, well, it will be £160 that we can have back, so we can reallocate that, which would be good. General Annual, the next one up, is £80 payout for Google One account in August, so we're ahead of the game on that, which is good. Water bill, I'm debating whether I need to up it. I've not had the latest bill in. Well, I have had the latest bill, I've paid it, but they don't like preempt you to let you know what it is, but so I'm just I get it, water bill 6 monthly, bi-yearly, yeah. Birthdays, that's got a good chunk in, although I do need to pay out my mum's gin club, which is £45, my grand's Percy special for her birthday, which was £28, my sister's birthday gift, which I've allocated £50, so that is pretty much that 120, so I need to work out where I need to fund that from. Home maintenance at £9.15, so that needs a big kick up the bum. Wedding is okay for the minute, although we do have a big payment coming out end of this month. Hair, beauty and clothes is 24, so I need to push that one up a bit. Hobbies and entertainment is doing reasonably well. So the thing is, when I do spend on hobbies and entertainment, I spend a lot all at once, so I'm quite happy for it to stay at 100, and just like have it so it will always be, you know, because the thing is, like, if you go out for like a day trip or something, that will like take hitting, and then for all the stuff you buy at the day trip, and then when I do crafting, you know, or get on Amazon, I can spend like, you know, 40 quid all in one hit really, so I just need to be careful with that one. Gifts is at 27, homes at 5, and sinking funds is at 795. So let's get into the budget. So I'm going to actually do this way and zoom in. So salary and expenses come into £3,000 roughly this month. Sinking funds, I'm going to withdraw £804, so that's from wedding, it's the IC subs, it's some home stuff, my emergency fund, mum and dad, and some other home maintenance stuff. So that's where they've all individually been withdrawn from that pot and are now in the sinking funds pot, so that's where that is. Other is the £20 that James gives me every month to go towards council tax, and carryover is £600. So in total that's £4,420 for this month. Mortgage is as standard £771, life insurance is £14. I mean, it's up to you guys what you want to do. I didn't realise, so my life insurance, I have 2 payments. One's life insurance and one's the critical illness, and I didn't realise I was even paying for it. But my sister was saying, have I got critical illness? I should get critical illness. My partner should get critical illness. Because basically when her partner did have his like heart attack, she was basically like, oh, they would have paid out for that because obviously he was off work and everything, but it's only because they were travelling at the time that he actually wasn't, so like they'd already like pre-funded them being off, but she said, you know, obviously now he won't be able to get it because it would be a pre-existing condition. So it was more just like a call to arms, like if you don't have critical illness, like do look into getting it, because obviously the earlier you get it in life, the cheaper it is to pay for per month. So, and obviously it covers you for stuff like that if you get like a cancer diagnosis and all this other stuff. So it just reminded me. So yeah, if you're interested, like look into getting it. Mobile's fine. House insurance is coming out as £20. So originally I was paying £26, and then that went up to, I think it was 32, and then I changed it to Hastings Direct. Yeah, it went up to 32 with Nationwide. So now I'm back down to 20, so I've got a saving on house insurance, which is good. Council tax 154, although I have just got the new council tax bill in, so that one is likely to go up. I think it was 158, so I'm expecting that one maybe to go up. Account fee for Nationwide is 18, account fee for Monzo is 5. Spotify, James pays for, £2 for Microsoft, £9.99 for Audible. Remarkable gets yearly paid, and Netflix James covers. Nationwide Saver is going to get 200, so this is the new emergency fund I have at 6.5%. So in terms of this 804, what I've actually done is that's where I've put in there £150 from the emergency fund Monzo pot, and then I'm essentially, that's what that's paying for, and then I'm topping up another £50. So similar to how I did the previous months, I'm paying like £50 in for investments and £50 in for emergency fund. Gosh gets 10, Labour Party gets 8, and then similar direct debits. So these are my minimum payments, but they are rounded up, and they are fixed. So my minimum payments is always below that, so I've rounded it up ever so slightly, so I know how much is coming out of those debts every month. So that comes to £1,424, and then that leaves £3,000 left over. Then, sorry, let me try and see if I can do that. Virgin Atlantic is, I'm budgeting 1,145, so that was a few of my work expenses on there, a few things on wedding as well. So yeah, that's where a lot of that sinking fund credit card is funding. Monzo Flex, I got a Shein order. It was a new dress, some wedding shoes I'm trying out, it was a eucalyptus and some flower girl headbands. So I've split that payment up, so it's £40 this month and £48 next month. Joint account gets 300, eating out gets 200, hobbies and entertainment's going to get 50, birthdays and gifts is going to get 20, home improvement 40, hair, beauty and clothes 60. So in total that comes to £1,855, and then that gives a leftover £1,145. Then I've added a new category here called electronics. So I've got a new Stars of the Rainbow challenge. So I want to start like dripping this in. So it's only going to be £10 a week, I think, or even £5, or maybe some weeks nothing. But I just want to start saving for that. Electronics is one of those things where I'm like, they will come out and they'll be quite big, and usually that's a purchase I would have put on my credit card. So it's good that I've got a sinking fund pot for it. So the things we want at the minute is we're wanting to save for a laptop. I was also thinking I really want a new drill. So I've got one I bought from Aldi like years ago, or I think my dad bought it actually for my 16th birthday. Bear in mind I'm like 32, so it's a bit old, and the battery, like one of the battery packs is worn on it, and the other one's like, I don't know, it's just not got the same amount of juice. So that was the only other thing that I was like, oh, I might drop some hints to James that that's what I want for my birthday this year. Like a loser, because, you know, who doesn't love a drill? Emergency fund is going to get 40. Debt extra overpayment, I'm going to overpay by £130 this month. And because Tesco 2 is my priority, that's the one that's going to get paid into. Home maintenance is going to get 60. Holiday is going to get 40. Health is going to get 20, odds and evens gets its usual 40, so that's £10 a week. Home maintenance, is getting 60 because it's £15 a week, because that's what the max is in that challenge. But obviously if, and that's like if I roll £15 every week, but then I can reallocate some of that money. Future is going to get £400, so that's for saving for the wedding. Christmas is getting 90, and birthdays is getting 40. So this is basically funding for that craft gin club of my mum's. General annual, so these are all consistently the same every month. So general annual is going to get 27, water bill 27, IC subs 21, Virgin Atlantic 14, and that comes to £89, which leaves left over £156. I've guesstimated what my credit card expenses are going to be. So train will come to about 140, fuel 105, work expenses £11, and then other sinking fund is going to be about £180. And then other stuff that's in this month is the IC subs I paid for, because I paid for them on my credit card. And what was that, 373? Oh no, sorry, this is what I should get paid out through work expenses. So I should be getting paid £373 and my ICE expenses should be paid in for sort of next end of this month to cover it. So, because I think my point was here that this all comes to 436, so I don't have enough left over to cover it, but that 373 will cover it in terms of the shortfall of this 156. So that's how I've worked out the budget. So in terms of carryover for next month, I should have 156. Usually I try to carry over exactly what my credit card fee is going to like land at. And if not, like, I just need to obviously then make it up for next month. So that's how I work out that one. Bro, and that is everything for the April budget. I hope you've enjoyed. I will post the March close down, April budget, and then the next thing I will be posting is my April week one, which I'm doing a bit differently. I mentioned it in my last video. I've done it with my niece, so bear with me in the video, it might be a bit longer. Well, I know it definitely is because she gets so excited, bless her, and she goes through it all, and obviously I'm trying to explain it to her as I'm doing it, but yeah, she really wanted to do one with me, and I said of course you can, and then because I got a specific challenge, a new challenge in, I was like, oh, this would be a good time for her to get involved. But yeah, she really enjoyed it and appreciated it. Brill. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that budget for April, and I will check in with you for end of April, and I will let you know how it's all gone. Bye.